So hello you guys and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, Friday Chit Chat is a video that's put up every single Friday. It's just where I talk about a bunch of random shite. There's no real shape nor form to this video, it's just a bunch of thoughts. It's like a stream of consciousness. So the first thing I want to talk about today is The Walking Dead. Now I know I didn't put up a video with my thoughts on this week's episode of The Walking Dead. That's because I've been busy with work and life. Again, if you're new to the channel and you haven't watched my older videos, then you might know that I do have a job, I do work and shit. So, alright, so one thing that I noticed about this week's episode, was that a lot of people were kind of bitching about the pace of the episode. People wanted to see what was going on back in Alexandria. They wanted to see how Rick Scoop were dealing with Glenn and Abraham's death. But I quite liked this episode. I quite liked that we're still in suspense. We're still kind of going, well, like, what's Rick and everyone doing? How are they taking this? I liked that it was such a change of pace and that we got to see Carol and Morgan and what they were up to. I loved the Kingdom. I thought the CGI effects on Shiva were amazing. I thought Ezekiel was fucking perfect on screen. I loved the way he spoke. I loved the kind of Shakespearean tone to his voice. I know a lot of people didn't like that, and a lot of people were irritated by that. A lot of people were saying that they're annoyed with Carol because of her decisions. I am and I'm not. I understand where she's coming from. I'm not happy that she left the group. I'm not happy at all that she left Alexandria. But like, I get why she did it. She doesn't want to be near people and love people and then have to watch them die someday. And if she had stayed with Alexandria, then who knows, she could have been in Negan's lineup. She might have had to witness that firsthand. So I think she was doing what was best for her by leaving. Yes, it was a selfish decision, but sometimes you gotta make sometimes you have to make Jesus, I can't talk today. Yes, it was a selfish decision, but sometimes you have to make selfish decisions in order to protect yourself. And I think that's what she was doing. But the whole staying and not staying thing in the Kingdom, I understand what Ezekiel was saying, that you can leave, but not leave. You don't have to stay in the Kingdom, but you don't necessarily have to leave it either. So she went off and stayed in some fucking grave house, which apparently you guys were saying is normal. That, like, you know, back a few years ago or a few decades ago or whatever, people used to bury their dead on the grounds of their house. I'm sorry, that's fucking weird to me. But that's just my opinion. But she stayed in this house because it was near the Kingdom. So it's kind of like she's near, but she's not part of the community. That had me like, Carol, you left Alexandria because you didn't want to be part of a community. You didn't want to be part of something where you can lose people. And now she's taking apples off of Ezekiel. She's striking up a friendship. So she's doing exactly the opposite of what she wanted to do, I think. And I understand she needed time to heal. She needs time to fix herself and, you know, really sit down and talk to herself. But she's not going to get that with what she's doing now. She's going to get wrapped up in the Kingdom and the Kingdom storyline and stuff. And a lot of people are saying, spoilers. If you haven't read the comics and you don't want a spoiler, then fucking mute the volume for a minute. A lot of people are saying that Carol is going to get Michonne's romantic storyline with Ezekiel. Personally, I think if that happened, I don't know, I think it would be like the whole fucking Tobin relationship all over again, that it would be out of nowhere, it would be misplaced, it would feel a bit weird. I understand that Carol and Ezekiel have I understand that Carol and Ezekiel have a lot in common, and they do. They put up this fake facade to please the people around them and nobody really knows the real them. So I understand that they have things in common, but I think it's too soon to be shipping two characters after one episode. Carol needs to fix herself instead of focusing on a relationship. Now, if it does naturally and organically grow into a relationship, if they kind of get closer and talk more and interact more, then who knows, maybe it would be a great idea. Maybe it would really work for the show. But right about now, I'm not really seeing it. I don't know. I don't know why, but I'm not seeing it. So that's the Carol and Ezekiel thing. I did love Jerry. I thought he was a very funny factor to throw into the mix. You know, he brought like an element of lightness and funny and humour. I liked him a lot. I hope we get to see more of him. My view on Morgan has changed a lot as well. I didn't really like Morgan. When he went through the whole all life's precious thing, I was like, Morgan, you fucking dumbass, you cannot think that in this world, you can't do it. So I was really frustrated with him, but then in this episode we see him taking care of Carol, we see him looking after her, he's looking out for her best interests. So I really liked that, and I think Morgan's character is developing nicely, that he sees that there can be a balance. You don't have to kill for the sake of killing, but, you know, when the time comes, you might have to kill someone, and I think Morgan now kind of understands that balance. So I do like his character an awful lot more. People are shipping Morgan with Carol as well, and I'm like, no. A man and a woman can interact on screen and it doesn't mean it's romantic. I think Morgan and Carol have a lot to teach each other. They've both seen stuff. They've both had like moral dilemmas and mini breakdowns. I think that they'll be able to grow a lot together and they'll be able to teach each other a lot of things. As for next week's episode, the promo has me fucking shook. In the promo for next week, or this week's episode I guess, because it's on in like 2 days time, But the promo for that episode shows Daryl being like fucking looking all scared and small and very un-Daryl-like. So I have a feeling they're going to torture him, whatever they do. But like I said on Twitter, Ezekiel and his people are giving tainted pigs to the saviors. Saviors have Daryl. Daryl needs to eat. Now a lot of people have pointed out that like pig meat and stuff like that, that it's proper food and that the saviors wouldn't give that to their prisoners. But I really don't know. I don't like the fact that there's going to be dodgy food somewhere where Daryl is. And yes, I still love his character. I'm still rooting for him. I'm not like fucking Daryl should die because of the whole hitting Negan thing. I already mentioned that in a previous video, so I'm not going to go through that again. I'm very interested to see what happens to his character now. And I have read online, I don't know if there's any truth to this, but I read online that episode 4 is going to be like 84 minutes long. It's going to be like the length of a movie. Why the fuck do we need a movie length episode 4? What's going down in episode 3 that's going to fucking need an 84 minute episode afterwards? If they kill Daryl or they kill Carol, my reaction video is going to be... it's going to be fucking frightening. Let's just face it. I'm a very mature, kind of centered person. And I do have the mindset of if they kill Daryl, it would shake up the show, it would change the show, it would show that the showrunners and the writers have the power, and it would be really interesting to see. But at the same time, if I'm watching a show and a character that I like gets killed on screen, all logic has gone out the window. I'm sorry, my friends, but I'll have a fucking breakdown. So if you've heard anything about episode 4 or about an 84-minute long episode, can you let me know what the fuck is going on, because I'd like to know. Thank you. But that's just my thoughts on that episode. I really did enjoy it. I think we needed a slow episode to kind of just watch and enjoy, because last week's episode everybody was so tense and up in a heap, and it was a rough episode. It really fucking was rough to watch. So I think it was nice having such a kind of easy-going, airy, breezy show to watch for a change. And I think that all that's going to change again, because it looks like the next few episodes are going to be absolutely mental. They look a lot darker than episode 2. So it looks like it's time to buckle up and prepare to be smacked in the feelings by a TV show. I just got a tweet there from someone about the whole Daryl situation, that he was shown naked and it looked like he... Oh, did I mention that? I don't think I did. I've only been talking for 10 minutes and I've already forgotten what the fuck I've talked about. There's a picture circulating the internet and I don't know if it's real, if it's true. I don't fucking know, but I woke up and I saw it. There's a picture of Daryl. It looks like he's naked and he's sitting in the corner of a room. Someone just tweeted me there and they said, so apparently Daryl is naked this episode. Women are going to swoon. No, because the poor fucking man is being tortured and is broken in so many different ways. It's not exactly the swooning time. If any of you guys have seen that picture and you know what's going on, is it a real picture? Is it photoshopped? Because I'd like to know. I would like to know if I need to fucking mentally prepare myself for watching that kind of shit. So that was just my thoughts on The Walking Dead. On that episode, what I thought of it. I love Carol's character. A lot of people are saying that they're done with her shit and they're done with her constant personality change. But I think that's just her character. I think she herself is having like an internal battle with herself. And everybody goes through that at some stage of their life. So it seems like she's switching personalities so often. But I think it's just her trying to find a balance. It's just her trying to figure herself out. And I love that we're getting to watch that and actually see it and go through it with her. Melissa's a fantastic actress. You all know my thoughts on Melissa. I love that woman. So apart from that, I don't really have that much to talk about this week. I want to thank all of you guys that are new to the channel, because there are a lot of you that have just joined. I hope you enjoy the videos. Welcome to the community. The people here are generally really nice. Something I've been loving this week is Bring Me the Horizon dropped a music video, which I wasn't expecting. Usually I keep up to date with the bands I like, but I haven't been up to date with them at all. So I logged onto YouTube last night and saw they've just uploaded a video out of fucking nowhere. They dropped a video for the song Oh No. If you like heavy music or you like rock music and you haven't heard of Bring Me the Horizon, then I'd suggest you give them a shot. They're a fantastic group. And this music video is trippy. It's pretty trippy. But that was something that I really enjoyed this week. By this week, I mean yesterday. I got home from work and checked YouTube, as I do. And I saw they did a new video. Made my day. Something else I've been loving on YouTube is a fella called Joe Santiago. Santiago, am I pronouncing that right? Probably not. Names are so fucking hard to pronounce. Nobody can pronounce my name. No one. I think people just ignore my last name. But yeah, this fella Joe Joe Santiago. But I honestly don't know how I've gone this long without seeing this fella on YouTube. He is so funny. He did a series called Idiots of the Internet, and I was watching it at like 3 o'clock in the morning and I was crying down my face from laughing at him. So if you need a good laugh, I would suggest going checking out his channel because he is fantastic. But that's the thing about YouTube, it's so big and there's so many channels and stuff. There's so many people out there that you haven't even seen yet. It blows my mind. Like, I love the recommended section on my page, that whenever I log on and go onto the home part, it's all these videos that I might like. I ended up watching a video about a $300 face mask last night. Why? I have no idea. I don't use face masks. How? Again, I have no idea. I was watching funny fail videos and I ended up on this fucking thing. It was somebody reviewing like a lace mask that's supposed to be good for your skin or something, and it cost $300. So I saw that and I was like, aha, $300? Tell me more. I want to see if this shit works. And from what I gathered, no, it didn't. You might as well rip a bit of the net curtain down off the wall, stick it to your face for a while, and it's the same fucking thing. But the internet is just like a fucking dark hole of that kind of stuff. You go onto YouTube looking at innocent cat videos, and you end up watching a video about how to make fucking bracelets out of shoelaces. It's just, you click from one video to the other and you see some weird shit. But I just wanted to share that fella with you because he's a funny lad. I wanted to give you guys an update on the PO box. I don't know what's happening, okay? I don't fucking know. I've been looking into it and I've been trying to set one up, and it's obviously not going to happen for this month now because it's already November. So it'll probably be December when I open it, but I am going to keep you guys updated on it. If you're new to my channel and you think a PO box is cocky, I have to agree with you. I think it's strange as well, but I have talked this through with my subscribers. I threw the question out to all of you guys and it was really well received. And, you know, on most of my Friday Chit Chat videos, you guys are asking what's the deal, is there an update? So it's not going to be this month, but I'm genuinely going to work on it, and I should have news for you next week or the week after. But where I stand now, I would reckon that it'll be open for the month of December. And as you guys have so politely reminded me, I have forgotten for the last, 7 fucking weeks in a row to include a question for Friday Chit Chat. So, okay, we're just gonna Google it because my brain is leaking out my ears right about now. I mean, it's Friday, it's fucking 3 minutes past 3. It's starting to get dark out, I don't know what the fuck is happening. So we're just gonna Google funny questions to ask people. Speaking of it getting dark out, the clocks went back last week, and I knew they were going back, but I didn't know it was the night that they were going back, if you get what I mean. So I was sitting here on my laptop, chilling out, until I realised it's been 2 o'clock for like ever. What the fuck is going on? Not realising I had lived through 2 o'clock twice. Or was it 1 o'clock or something like that? You know the way when the clocks go back, you just relive an hour again? I didn't know what was happening. I thought, wow, tonight's going really long. Awesome. Because at night time, that's when I get really creative and I write or I draw or I reply to comments or I just mess around on the internet. So I stayed up until like 4:15 or something. But it was actually 5:15 because the clock's going back. Wow, that messed with me. But because of that now, it's starting to get darker earlier. So it's kind of like dull out. Well, it's Ireland and it's currently genuinely raining. So it's not a shocker that it's dull. But it'll start to get properly like nighttime dark in about, I don't know, like an hour. I love that. It's my favourite time of the year when it gets dark at like 4 o'clock. Winter is the best time of the year. You gotta wear jackets and scarves, which all of you people that have been with my channel for a while, you know I'm alright on the scarf front. One word, knitting. Fucking pop-ups. Get fucked, will you? I don't want you on my screen. Fuck off. What CD is in your CD player right now? I know a lot of people don't use CD players anymore. I do. I have a stereo in the background. I don't know if you can see that, if you noticed it before, but that's a stereo and I have a massive CD collection. But I'm not getting up out of this chair to go open that fucking thing and take out the CD. Instead, I'm just going to go to like my recently played. Shocker. So my most recently played song is Message Man by 21 Pilots. Although I like the album Blurry Face, I think Vessel is, in my opinion, it's a stronger album. It's an album that kind of hits closer to home. But yes, what is the last thing that you guys listen to, or what kind of music are you loving at the moment? And oh, let's get deep, shall we? Do you ever doubt the existence of other... Well, you fucked up the question. Do you ever doubt the existence of others than you? Now this sounds like a weird question, and it is, but have you ever sat down and really thought about existing and about life and about what the fuck is going on? That just because you can see something, is it there? Or do other people see it differently than you? I read a quote that had something got to do with your face and how you see your own reflection. That if you were to see yourself in real life, you wouldn't recognise yourself because of what you've imagined you look like. If you look in a mirror and stuff, I don't know how this works, but apparently you look different to how you think you look, which bothers me, number one. Number two, it fucking worries me. And three, it freaks me out. How do people see me? I've also heard that there's like 5 or 6 people that look exactly like you in the world. I want to meet them and have like a fucking gathering. Could you imagine like 6 people that just look identical, just hanging out together, messing with people's minds? It's great, Kate. Instantly go dark. I can honestly say that I've never doubted the existence of other people. I've never looked at someone and gone, hey, they mightn't be real. I just haven't. But I have thought about how big the world is and how small everyone is in, you know, relation to it and in perspective. I mean, you're just one tiny little human. There's so much of the world that you haven't seen. There's so many objects that you don't know exist, so many places that you don't even know the names of, different types of trees that you've never seen. Okay, I'm just going to stop right there because I don't want to have an existential crisis on camera. Not today. I guess my question is completely different to the one I read out a minute ago, by the way, but you guys know I go on tangents. The original question was, do you ever doubt the existence of others than you? But the question that I have tweaked that and made it into is, do you ever just think about existence? And just think about the universe and the world and the people around you and places in the world? And not even how you fit in to everything. Not even how your little story plays a part. But do you ever think about how many strangers have seen you? How many times do you pass through someone's mind every day? How many different people have seen your face but don't know your name, don't know who you are, they've just seen you in passing? That fucked me up as well, because I read a thing once saying that you can't make up faces. So when you dream about someone, and when you wake up and you go, oh, I had a dream about a stranger, they're not a stranger, you've seen them before, because your mind cannot generate faces. So if that doesn't fuck you up and make you think about existence, I don't know what will. But that's all for today, you guys. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I will see you guys on Monday. Wouldn't you know, I was in the middle of editing when I remembered that I forgot to mention something. There's a fucking sentence I remembered that I forgot. Apparently there's going to be an announcement tonight for Walker Stalker London. If you're pretty, you know, deep into the Walking Dead world and everything that surrounds it, you probably would have heard of Walker Stalker. It's a Walking Dead convention. They came to London for the first time this year, and there's going to be another convention in London next March. I'm going, so I'm psyched. But they have a few announcements for tonight apparently. James tweeted that it's going to be around 9 o'clock tonight. So if you're going to Walker Stalker and you're interested in that, just be on Twitter at around 9 o'clock.